The Colm Hayes Show on 2FM. Get dialing, get talking.
Just look at the Queen there. She's heading out. Queen Elizabeth II is now heading out of Leinster House. Is it? She was visiting Leinster House, wasn't he? So Tubbs has finished with her. Tubbs was pouring her pints of Guinness and having a right old hoolie down in the Guinness storehouse and up in the Gravity Bar. I think she was heading off then to Dáil Éireann. Now, Niamh Collins, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Colm?
I'm not too bad at all. Niamh Collins has a story to tell us. Niamh has 6 months ago, a single mother from Dunshaughlin, County Meath, raising her 7-year-old girl, and now here she is with a brand new single that we're going to play in a few minutes' time, and there's been a lot of interest in that. But during all this, in between all this time, you lost your voice.
That's right, yeah. It kind of happened around June last year. My band were headlining the Taste of Dublin Festival, and I've never had a problem singing before, and I was a bit hoarse that day, and people were coming up saying, God, will you be okay to sing? And I said, oh, listen, sometimes I can't talk, but I can always sing.
Right, yeah.
And I had a bit of a Titanic moment, and when I got up, nothing came out.
Were you on stage singing?
I was on stage for 2 hours.
Nothing?
Yeah, miming.
Oh, no.
No, it was horrible. It was the first time anything like that happened to me. So that kind of went on for about 2 or 3 months. I was going to the doctor, and she was saying, you've just really bad sinus, and I took loads of antibiotics, and I even went to the dentist. I was like pulling my teeth out. I was suffering out a cough, and I just was feeling really unwell.
So were you able to speak, or did it just come out as something?
Yeah, it was gradual. I wasn't recovering after gigs. That was the thing. And then as time went on, it was getting harder and harder to warm up. So I did about 3 gigs where I got up and nothing came out. So the confidence was wrecked. So I was begging the doctors to look at me, and then eventually I got to see Dr. Dara up on the hill at Tara, and he's an endocrinologist, and he took one look at me and was like, you have an underactive thyroid. So then he admitted me into Blackrock Clinic for a week, and they checked everything, my lungs, CAT scans on my sinus, my stomach, pulmonary function. They checked everything out, and the last person I saw was the ENT doctor, and I was so swollen that he couldn't get the tube down my throat to have a look. I know, horrible. Yeah. So I came back 2 days later, and he discovered through a stroboscopy, which is using light to look at your vocal cords, that I had a large cyst on my vocal cords.
Right.
So, and my bloods all came back, and Dr. Dara was right. I had an underactive thyroid, which was not helping it either. So 2 days later I had surgery, and they said I would have problems speaking, never mind singing again.
So this, for a singer, it'd be like somebody in my business as well, or myself.
Yeah.
Like your voice is what you have, it's what you do, it's the tool of your trade.
Yeah.
And without it, you don't have a tool and you don't have a trade.
Absolutely.
Was it frightening?
Yeah, well, my whole life, I've always sang. Anyone who knows me, it's what I do. It's the only place I'm comfortable. It's home. I know that sounds very cliche, but it's my place.
No, I can understand that, yeah.
And I've given everything for it. I've sacrificed everything for it. And then this happened, and I was just absolutely, I remember coming back from Blackrock Clinic from one of the checkups, and they told me to prepare myself that, it was looking like it was over. Now, they would never say those words.
Yeah.
But they were implying it, because at this stage I couldn't even speak. I was really struggling. And also, when you're in a band and stuff, it's your family, they're your friends, it's your income. It's,
what was the band you're in, sorry?
Deja Vu.
So they had to carry on without you, yeah?
We got a girl in who's amazing. But yeah, so 1 minute I'm in a team and I'm it's everything, and then next thing I'm on my own and my voice is gone and I've no income and I can't even speak. I can't even get a job to speak.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was weird because a couple of weeks passed, obviously, and kind of was trying to come to terms with it all. And in a way I did. I was kind of accepting it, and at that point...
Were you accepting that's it, I'm not going to sing again?
In a way, yeah. I'm not joking you, and the winter and all that it was, the real cold, it was the most frightening, lonely winter of my life, and I had friends weren't even ringing because I couldn't talk. It was so weird. Okay. But yeah, this big thing that it's over, and the only thing that I had left were these demos that I recorded that were really rough, just myself and this guy Ken Drakeford. We recorded in his bedroom. We've been working for 3 years together, just when my little girl was at school, I'd go up every morning, and that was all that was left. And then I've been working with Ed Dara, who's a producer, and she, while in the middle of all this, she put in the demos into Tunebreaker.
Tunebreaker Global Awards, yeah?
Absolutely. It's a new music award.
Yeah.
And it's run by John Toon, who used to work for Richard Branson. He's...
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like iTunes, but it's a whole new level. So anyway, I didn't care. I couldn't even listen to Ed. I was like, I was dealing with all this psychological stuff and trying to get on with my life as well. And we went in at 145, and then a week before Christmas we went up to number 9. And then I was using Facebook then to viralise it, and just people just started to get on the gravy train and vote. And once we shot up to 9, there was huge interest. And then we went to number 2, and then we went to number 1, and held that till March.
Now, all this, you were watching all this, and you didn't know whether you were going to be able to sing again or not.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, the song that was there and was going all the way up the charts, you were thinking, if they asked me to perform it, I can't.
Absolutely, I was like, you must have been
torn right down the centre on that one.
Completely torn, like, you've no idea. And, in my mind going, can I see this through? Like, if I'm going to win this, have I got what it takes then to pull out of the bag? So I kicked into recovery mode then. It started to, I don't know, it must be psychological as well, but I started working with a speech therapist, going for singing lessons, and a physiotherapist working on my neck. And I started on medication for the thyroid. And just a huge improvement. And the awards then were on in March. And I rehearsed with my band the week before for the first time. And I was nearly crying. I found out that day that we won. So you actually won the Tunebreaker Global Awards for 2011. Yeah, the New Music Award 2000. Which is a nice few bob to help you on your career, isn't it? Absolutely. It's been really strange the last 6 months because it's been so black, but then this beautiful light came out of nowhere, like... it's been. I mean, that was something to push you forward to recovery. I presume also. I mean, you're there raising your 7-year-old girl. Yeah. As well. I mean, she doesn't want to be around when Mum can't speak. I know, it's been really hard. I actually, before the operation, I recorded all these templates on my phone of like, do your homework, go to bed. All these kind of things for her. Cause I couldn't speak for 2 weeks, not a word. Yeah. After the surgery, they told me I couldn't talk. So I know that sounds really harsh, but kind of joking. But I literally used to have to write everything down, and so you'd have that little template. Wash the dishes now. Yeah, come on, make Mom dinner. And stuff. Don't talk to me like that. Yeah, never behave. All that kind of stuff. Yeah. But she's been great, and she knows the music, and she's a great girl. Were you singing all your life, Niamh? All my life, yeah. Like you were a little singer and dancer, that's what you wanted to do as you were a little kid. I was never like a Billy Barry kind of kid. I kind of found my voice when I joined this band called Hacienda Da, which was the Manchester era music. Oh yeah. And it was all primal scream and big soul vocals. All right. And the minute I got into that band, I knew what it was, and that's kind of the vibe we're going for. Be a female James Brown over dance music. Very good. Now, are you signed? No, we're unsigned, and when we won this the Tunebreaker, Paul Kramer, he's from the UK. He owns Hit Sheet magazine, which is an industry magazine and CD that goes out to all the radio stations and record companies, all the top industry heads, saying, put this on your playlist, this is the next big thing. And we are currently we got Record of the Week, and that's gone out all over the UK. But he's a big fan. Like he was on the panel, and through the quality of the demos, which was a big issue, he could hear the tunes in it, and he totally championed us and believed in us. How is your voice now? Because you do sound a bit hoarse at the moment. Yeah, I'm actually having a bad week. I think it's the cold weather, but I'm great. I'm in rehearsals now. Right. And we're trying to promote this single HeadBoxx, Joy, which is out now at the moment. So. Well, we're going to play that now in a second. Do you find that your voice does go down? I mean, will you get into full recovery, or do you have to do vocal exercises or take something in particular? I'm always going to have to look after myself now, but I think any singer needs to know that, like, you need to look after yourself, and it's not just even your voice, it's your mind, your body. Like you're an athlete. When you're a performer, you're an athlete, and I realise all that now. So
you are, and I mean, I know from my voice as well, from being on radio for so long, fresh lemon juice and warm honey.
And Manuka honey.
Manuka
the expensive
honey.
one. Oh my God, amazing. Yeah, I'm a bit croaky this week, but
Okay.
no, I've been given like the all clear. It's all like I've had all the stroboscopies and like it's flying now.
Okay,
so
well listen, continued success to you and HeadBoxx. I hope this really does the business. As we said 6 months ago, Niamh was told that she may never sing again. Since then, she's gone under the throat surgery. She's, through sheer fight and determination, she went on to win Tunebreaker Global Awards for 2011. And this is the first play of the single, which is called Joy, which I think is fitting as well. Niamh, lovely talking to you, and thank
you so much, Colm. I really appreciate it. You're the first person to give us airplay, daytime airplay, and we're just looking for support now. And
absolutely.
Yeah, and thank you so much.
Well, let's give it a good play here and enjoy it. Niamh, you run off to the radio and have a listen to yourself on 2FM.
I can't wait. Thank you, Colm.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. This is Niamh Collins. Have a listen. Colm Hayes Show on 2FM. That is Niamh Collins and HeadBoxx. We just talked to Niamh there. That single is called Joy. That's the first play. It's just been released. It's good. It reminds me sort of 90s dance music. And Niamh, through adversity, has got back to singing. She almost lost her voice completely, but she sounds pretty good on that. Right, stay with us. Midday News is on the way, and then we'll be talking.